Welcome back to the channel, people. Today we will be having a comparison of the NEBO light versus the M12 Milwaukee Stand Light. So the Milwaukee light head lens is made from polycarbonate, which is a very high impact plastic which can resist you throwing it around in the van how I've been treating it for these periods of time. I own both of these lights and this is an honest review. It's not paid or nothing. I just wanted to give my opinion. Now let's go on to the other one. The NEBO light housing is primarily plastic with some metal around in structural areas, and it actually feels a lot more solid. I do like this one. I'm not biased though. The M12 is very easy to pick up and easy to assemble, as you can see. It has a tripod legs which actually spread out, and it's got one button which turns it off and on, but also an LED indicator, but the button has two different modes. The weight of it is 3.4 kg with a battery, and the height is 1.72 meters. So when it comes to working this light, you've got two different modes. You've got a high and you've got a low. You've got 700 looms on the low and 1400 on the high. It's got an LED indicator, but I'm sure you didn't really need me to say that. And this is the only way the head actually rotates on the top of it. So you're kind of limited, but you get a span of light of 180. What I feel is a really good feature of this light is you're able to spin the head down so it protects the lens at all times. I've had this for a couple of years and I've never cracked the head and I've never had any problems with it neither. It's easy to push back down and it clicks back into place and then you're all ready. With the NEBO 4K light, you actually get these catches on the tripod legs which you have to click and push into place. So it definitely feels more durable when you do use it, and it feels like it's definitely going to hold itself up. You won't get as much space in comparison to the other one, but you get these clamps which you can extend and push out, and it gives you a height of 1.9 meters, which is quite tall. You actually get 3 modes of buttons on both of the buttons. So you get a high, medium, low, and you get an LED indicator which you can see. And our battery life is, if you're running the light on high, you'll get 4 hours worth of use out of it. But if you're running it on low, you will get 10 hours. So it's a built-in rechargeable battery to the body. And that battery is a 1.48 volts, but it does take up to 6 hours to charge. And as you can see now, all of the poles are extended and we're getting that 1.9 meter worth of head height, which is important if you're tall like myself. And this light is actually IP54 water resistant. What I really like about this light, yeah, is how big the light panels are and how much the output is as well. This actually puts out a maximum of 4,000 looms, so it's bright enough to do most of the things what you need to do with it. It actually has some magnets which click together at the top, so they can stick. You won't have to worry about them opening at any point. I've never had that problem personally. Having these big LED panels on this light and having 2 of them enable you to light up wide areas quite well. And you can also use it when you're on site because you actually get a 110 charger lead, and you also get a transformer for you to be able to charge it up and some cable as well. So you cannot remove the battery from this. It's built into the light. That's one little caveat about it. But I would say that it's quite robust and built in a strong way. So if you did take it to a site or nothing, you wouldn't be worried about it breaking or anything because it's quite strong. So I wanted to bring you back down to the tripod's size as legs as they're extended out. So as you can see, the Milwaukee is a lot more snug. You can get it into smaller spaces. But with the NEBO 4K, it actually is a lot bigger, and it will last a lot longer at the end of the day. I had a good job to bring it on to be able to test it out, and it lasted all day and I didn't have any complaints about it. What I know with the Milwaukee is that I would have had to been charging up the battery in time and time again. And I have got a fast charger, but when you're working, you don't want to be waiting for batteries. I've got two batteries to use, but I've got the zero point 0.4 and the 0.6, but the batteries still seem to just need charging all the time. And what I'm going to do now is just show you a little bit of a comparison, what it's like to have 4,000 looms from the NEBO, but also see what 700 looks like from the Milwaukee, and also see what 1,400 looms looks like as well. And it's night and day when it comes to the NEBO light. As you could figure out from the beginning, the panels are so much bigger, so therefore you're going to get more light. It's way more powerful on paper, and it definitely is when you're using it. I would say that this light lasted me all day when I was working on a job and I was in the cupboard, and it wasn't very lit. I did have to charge it up when I got home, and the only problem is just the charging, really. That's the And if you haven't had your Brussels sprouts, this is 6.1 kgs to pick up the NEBO light, so it is like double the weight of the Milwaukee one, but it's not really that heavy. You've got this little space where you can put your phone if you need be, but I find it very helpful and handy. There is a little gap space on the Milwaukee one as well, but I don't feel that it's somewhere to put your phone, but I'm saying you could put your phone there, innit? And lifting them both up, I can tell the difference. It's not much. We're talking about 3 kg. It's not bad. They've both got sturdy handles, so I prefer the NEBO handle on it, and there's nothing to kind of like grip the handle of the M12 when you're trying to lift it.
We've come to the point in the video where I want to tell you my personal opinion. So I've owned both of these two lights for a little period of time. This one for longer. This one didn't come out not too long ago, but I'm going to start with my old faithful light, which is the Milwaukee light. What I liked about it from the beginning, it was lightweight. I am heavily invested in the M12 series when it comes to Milwaukee, so I actually had the batteries anyway, so it wasn't a put off. What I didn't like about it is that it gives off a lot of heat. That's the truth. And it is bright enough, but sometimes you need more light. So bear that in mind. But it's easy to carry around. It's got protection on itself when you can spin the head back. But both of the lights have actually got that. But one thing I did find was the battery tends to run out quite quick. What I like about the NEBO light is the extra height. So being able to twist and turn these heads to be able to face whatever way you want. So if someone's working that way and I'm working this way, we can both get light off of the same tripod. Amazing. Some of the things which I didn't like so much was the built-in battery. It takes a long time to actually charge, but then again, you're going to prep yourself before you do any type of work. And I tend to charge up any of my batteries for any tools which I need way before I'm ready to start. Another thing I liked about it was obviously the amount of features what you get on the light. You get so much brightness, which is measured in looms. If you look at the stats, which I'm going to put on the screen here, for the NEBO light compared to the Milwaukee light, it's quite a big difference. And you think to yourself, do you need that much light? But you go into places where it doesn't have any light. Maybe you're working on a site. This is perfect because they give you the 110 charger for you to be able to charge up this type of light. And if I went to site with this type of light, once the batteries are finished, that's it. There's nothing else that I can do. So I thought it's a great way to future-proof myself. So I ended up obviously with both of them. What I would suggest for people is to buy one which is in your budget. This one was definitely rated one of the best when it first came out. In my personal opinion, when I saw this, I had to get it. They both have protection with having the magnets which are able to close it off, and this one's just twist down and you can push it down and the screen here has never been cracked. Neither has this one here, because you push them together. So they've both got really good features, but I think it's down to personal opinion. And if I saw this light first, which it wasn't out, I would have got this one. But like I said, this light has got me through a lot. And if you're a Milwaukee person, you kind of prefer some of the Milwaukee tools. I am, so I like it, and I would recommend both of these for anybody who is working in places which are not very lit. As a plumber, I might be working underneath a sink, I might want to make a video. This light is probably the best for the video because it's got different tones of light. So you've got a darker light, you've got a really bright light, and I don't know how to explain the other version of the other light, but there's enough to be able to work with. And being able to have 3 different types of settings on the light makes it perfect for what you need. This sometimes can be a bit too overwhelming and you get a lot of heat which comes off of the LEDs, but they're both great. And if you stayed around this long, I'd suggest for you to like, share and subscribe, because this is the type of content I want to make for the channel, and it helps if you subscribe because other people can see the channel as well. My name is Mr. London Plumber. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. And I know I said it a few times, but I do need you to like the video. Cheers.